Hello, guys. Hello, hello. I hope this is working. Oh, my goodness. Oh, we shall see. We shall see. Oh, my goodness. It's just spinning. Oh, my goodness. I am just going to go ahead and start. So, I'm going to start with putting some oils on. I got my little Frank here that I am putting on. You guys know how much I love my frankincense. I use frankincense every single day, multiple times a day. It is one of those ones that I have always said I feel like it's a gift, something that you should give yourself. I use frankincense over my heart. I use it on top of my head. I use it. I use our other Frank, our phytonutrition. I eat that one. Woo woo! Hello, Melissa. Yay, it's working. Yay, Susan. So glad. I never know for sure if I'm going out there because y'all don't know how many times I have done a video and then realized afterwards that I was on the video alone. So I always get a little bit nervous. So I got my frankincense on. I just ate some of my phytonutrition, which if you have not started that one, it's amazing. You need to do that. I have got my energy. I do this. I bet you every single time that you and I chat, I have got brain power, energy, and clarity going on because I feel like they just help me to remember all the things that I studied, like to be able to give that information back to you guys. I feel like they help me with that. So it could be all in my head, I don't know, but I'm just telling you, they make me feel good. So I've got my energy, not to mention, when you put energy and clarity together, they smell amazing, but you throw Frank in there, it's like next level, just absolutely next level. So now it is my clarity. Tell me what oils you are putting on, like what is in your diffuser, what are you putting on right now so you remember all the things I'm sharing, because you guys know I'm going to talk fast. My goal has been to start doing these at my goal would be 20 minutes because you know people have the attention span of a gnat now, right? We are so used to TikTok and people get it done in 3 minutes. So I am trying to speed it up and be better at it and yet give people time to pop on, which is why I oil up. Also oil up because I'm a little addicted to my oils. So today we are talking about specifically your microbiome and that gut-brain connection. And before I can go into like all of the things that you can do for it, I have to explain what it is because I think most people, they don't get it. So who needs a jump start on your brain? Like you just need a little boost to your memory, a little focus, a little concentration. I want you to post brain love, like comment brain love. If that is something that you're like, that's something I need right now in my life, because that's a part of what's going to happen right here. We're going to be digging into your brain and all of the different connections. We're going to talk about neurotransmitters, things like dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter, something that your body kicks out, your brain kicks out, your gut kicks out to make us repeat behaviors that are good for us. So when we're out in the, if you go back in the Wayback Machine and you were out in the woods and you found a great berry patch, that dopamine, you would eat all of the berries and that dopamine would be like, berry is good. And it would remind you to go back there and get the berries again because it wanted that. So anytime we do something that is a good thing, the dopamine is a reward center for doing something that's good for us. But in today's society that has been hijacked from drugs and artificial sweeteners and sugar itself, which acts like cocaine, just so many different things. So we're going to talk about some of those neurotransmitters. We're going to talk about things like oxytocin, that is that bonding hormone, endorphins, all the different things. Before we do, I really want to explain the connection between your gut and your beautiful, sharp mind and how they work together. So your human gut contains around 100 trillion microbial cells. That's a big number. For perspective, that is about 10 times more than all the cells in your body. I got a cough in there trying to come out. Your microbial cells represent around 5,000 different species. And I am here to tell you, you know how I'm always telling you, variety is the key to life. Like getting that variety of fruits and vegetables. And the reason behind it is there's a variety of different vitamins, minerals, polyphenols, flavonoids, all these different things. Variety is huge, but they have found it's even more important in these life forms that we have in our gut. And we have to make sure we're keeping that variety in our gut and expanding on it. All together, all of those different critters weigh around 4.5 pounds. Hello. Does that tell you how many critters we have inside us? But these are good guys. They do all kinds of different things. They are a part of our immune function. Your gut microbiota helps to protect your body's natural immune system. So when foreign invaders come in, they're able to help like mount this amazing defense for us. It's part of their job. Nutrition, your gut flora, the microbiota is hard to say. Your gut flora, part of what they do is they help your body absorb nutrients. So they literally break down things like your complex carbohydrates, all those good ancient grains that I'm always telling you about. They help to digest them, break them down into short chain fatty acids so that our body gets all the nutrients that we need. They work with the lining of our gut so that it's nice and soft and flexible. They work with the villi that we have in our gut so that all the nutrients can be absorbed. They work with our brain, so our emotions and what we feel and what we want, our hunger hormones, like all of these, our metabolism in general. That 4.5 pounds of life force that is inside you, they're partly in charge of it. They're in charge. Your cravings. You know how when you're like, I'm gonna be good, I'm not gonna have XYZ, but then you have XYZ? It's the flora that's in charge of the cravings and the desires. It's the reason why we do a lot of the things that we do. So who needs your cravings under control? Who's like, I get out of control. I know I shouldn't have something. I have it anyways. Tell me I need control. You need control. That's what we're going to talk about. It's not your fault. Like the fact that it's happening is not your fault. It's all of these little guys inside your gut, and we're gonna learn how to hack the guys so that they're on our team, so that they don't think that we're still living in a time period when we have to hunt for our meat and that food is scarce and all the different things. So we're going to hack that today. So that connection, the connection is actually this complex network that allows the brain and the digestive system to chit-chat with each other in both directions. So your gut is sending messages and your brain is sending messages. And so you know, your gut and all the flora that's inside there, they are able to make a lot of the decisions all on their own without ever consulting the brain. I find that fascinating. That bacteria that lives in your gut is so involved in that gut-brain connection. Those microbiome, your microbiomes, they produce so many different neurotransmitters that we were just talking about, and those neurotransmitters dictate our behaviors. So it's just fascinating. They do that through the brain, through the nervous system. They do that through the vagus nerve, all these different parts and pieces. And I have a list here of what medical conditions can actually be symptoms of are controlled by that gut-brain axis. So I'm going to read them off because I think it's absolutely fascinating. So things like irritable bowel syndrome, functional constipation, diarrhea, anxiety, depression, non-cardiac chest pain, that's one of them. Colic, so our babies with their colic, that is controlled directly by this gut-brain axis. So I find that just fascinating. Gastroparesis, chronic stress, chronic fatigue, chronic pain, visceral hypersensitivity. That's people that they're like, oh, the music is too loud or the lights are too bright, and they're super sensitive to the noises and the lights. That's the gut. That is the gut. That is the microbiome that is in control of so many pieces of that. It might not be its own in isolation, but it is such a big piece of it. It's so important to understand that. Obesity. I've talked about that in the GLP-1 class that I did. Same exact system that's going on. In the neurodevelopment disorders, things like autism, Parkinson's, nerve-related pains, things like multiple sclerosis. Friends, it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things that are going on, and it's all controlled in there. And this is where I think it's cool. This is where I think the connection that our medical community is finally like getting the big picture of how important this is. Because up until 10 years ago, the flora and stuff were just a byproduct. They didn't matter. They would write prescriptions for antibiotics and kill off our life forms all day long, and it didn't matter. But now, our healthcare providers are finally getting it. So what are some of the things that they do to treat an imbalance when it is happening in that gut? What do? Well, one is probiotics. I find that interesting that they're finally on board with probiotics, because probiotics are foods that are pro-life, and they are feeding the life, and the life they're feeding is all the flora. That 4.5 pounds of life, that is exactly what it's feeding. They're also starting to prescribe antibiotics specifically for when there is an overgrowth. I think that's so cool that they're noticing that this is a piece of it. Another one that they're doing is fecal transplants. Now, Yes, fecal transplants are a poop transplant. Now, I am not suggesting any of us get poop transplants or have a doctor write you antibiotics, but I am saying I think it's so cool that the medical community is seeing the connection, that they're saying, you know what, there's some things that we can do, that when we change this, people start feeling better. There is such a huge connection between people that have the gut microbes, the flora, where they don't have a lot of them. So instead of 5,000 different species, they've got 1,000 species because they've had them killed off. And things like massive anxiety and people with anxiety having so many other gut problems like IBS, like the connections. It's fascinating to me that the medical community is getting on board with it. So I've really enjoyed studying and getting ready for this because what it was 10 years ago to what it is today, totally different. And they're getting on board. There are so many functional medicine doctors that are getting there, and it excites me. So again, I'm not saying we all need poop transplants, but the concept behind the poop transplant is that the poo and the life forms in you and the poo and the life forms in me, they're different. And for some people, they're missing specific important pieces. And when those pieces are missing, they're having issues. And the best way to get that wide variety was through a poop transplant. So what are things that we can do to increase that variety? Because I'm not about the poop transplant. I love you all, but I do not want any of your poop shoved up my hiney, right? Now they have actually got poop capsules now, friends, where they're actually putting dry, dehydrated poop and people are taking it because they are desperate to feel better. So what can we do today? Like, what can we do right now at home on our own to just improve our overall mood, our stress, our natural gut, and get that communication happening again? What are some things that we can do? We can start with some of the basics. And I bet if I just waited, you all could just write a list of them. So what's the first thing I'm going to tell you to do to be able to increase that variety? You know, I'm going to tell you, eat that rainbow of foods. I talk about that rainbow of foods all the time. Probably every single class I do, I talk about that rainbow of foods because it's variety. It's giving us so many different flavonoids, polyphenols, all the different vitamins. It's giving you prebiotics. It's giving you probiotics. You're getting all the pieces. You are getting fiber, like insoluble and soluble fiber. You are getting in those whole foods. We're getting all those pieces. We're getting those good omegas, those omega-3s, those, yes, Mary Beth, that is disgusting. I am not taking poop pills. I'm just saying I will eat from the rainbow of food. And the foods that I make sure that I rotate them around so I get all the different pieces. Because those foods, by feeding all that good prebiotics and probiotics, which are the different types of fiber, to the good flora, they're getting all the pieces and foods that they need to be able to make all those different neurotransmitters that control my every action. They help my body to kick out my own satiety signals, so I feel full because all the pieces it wants. Those hormones, there are hormones that your body kicks out that tells you you're full, and we're getting that from that. That soluble and insoluble fiber helps us to have the regular bowel movement, so our flora feels happy, our body feels happy. Just start eating from a wide variety of whole foods. Don't worry about so much all the things you're getting rid of. Just start incorporating some of those and doing some natural prebiotics and probiotics. What are those? Those are fermented foods. Again, we talk about this all the time. Get sauerkraut and do kefir and do, you can take, what's it called? Cabbage, and you can just literally squish your cabbage, put it in a container, put salt all over it. It will make its own brine, and you'll have this beautiful, beautiful fermented cabbage in a few weeks, and it's going to give your gut the prebiotics, the fermented foods that it needs to be able to thrive. It's that wide variety. And if like you are somebody who does things like sourdough, trade your sourdough starter or your sourdough bread with a friend that does it too, because the life forms, the variety, the species we get are different. So if you're making your own kefir, make your kefir this week, and next week share half of your kefir with somebody else who shares their kefir with you. Your yogurt, same thing, because it's all about getting that wide variety. The wider we get to that 5,000 different species, the healthier our body is, the better decisions we can make, the better your brain is going to work, the way it's just going to function, and all those antioxidants, those vitamins that come in, it's so powerful. And then I'm going to say this, we could stop. If we really want our brain to function and our gut to work, we could stop, slow down, eliminate as much processed foods as you can. They're killing your gut flora. Let's give everything else a rest. Let's say we don't care about our brain and all the other things, but listen, if you're trying to grow life forms inside you, whether it is a human baby or whether it is all these good flora that your body has to have. We can't kill it off. And all these foods that are high in additives, preservatives, all these unhealthy fats, that your body doesn't know what to do with it. And it's killing off part of your flora. The problem is it's allowing other flora to expand. So I hear people talk about candida all the time. I got the candida. I got to get rid of the candida. Candida is one of 5,000 critters that are inside you. The reason why candida is so prevalent is because we're killing off all of the other good guys by those preservatives, by those foods, and or you were in the past and you never created that diversity again. You never really went full in on getting those fermented foods, so you're still in the negative, or you're feeding it sugar. Candida just loves sugar. It goes haywire for sugar, and it grows out of control, and it will leave the gut and actually move throughout the body. It's part of the brain issues that we have, and that refined sugar causes inflammation, digestive issues, depression, so many different things. So we need to limit or cut out as much as you can those refined sugars. They're not doing you any good. They're just keeping you in that addictive state. And then limit or stop completely traditional grains. Those traditional grains are, first of all, full of gluten. I'm not going to talk about gluten. You all are familiar with gluten. GMOs, bad things there. But they're also full of glyphosate. They're full of chemicals. They're full of chemicals that are killing off your gut microbiome. It's just literally destroying all of the life form you have in here. So a lot of the complaints people have, and they blame gluten, might not be the gluten so much it is the chemical that they're spraying on all these traditional wheats. And I haven't given up anything. At 200 and almost 50 pounds that I have lost now, I didn't have to give up my breads and my bagels and my muffins. I just changed out the way that I made them. I make them now with einkorn or ancient grains so that I can still have them and not have to worry about the chemicals that they spray on them or what that gluten is doing, because they're different molecules, like so many different things. We can also add, some relaxation therapy. This is one of the things that the medical community is doing for people that have the gut issues going on, and that disconnection that they have going on is relaxation therapy. And different techniques are just really simple things like progressive muscle relaxation, quieting of the mind, visualization, restful music, grabbing an essential oil that is super calming to you. Things like our peace and calming. Grab your peace and calming. I always forget how good this one is, y'all. Grab that peace and calming. Quiet your brain and think good thoughts. Calming down your belly. Your belly's going crazy and nuts. Get that relaxation technique going on, because I'm telling you, they're literally doing, it's called cognitive behavioral therapy, gut-directed relaxation training, which is where they're literally having people put their hands on their belly, deep breathe, quiet music, and think loving thoughts to their gut. This is the medical community. This isn't the woo-woo people. This is them. You can use things like your Tranquil when you're doing that, or grab oils that you know are loving to your gut. Grab things like your peppermint and your tummy jives and your aroma ease. All of those are ones that are fantastic. And literally saying to yourself, oh, I appreciate that my bowels move like they're supposed to. Close your eyes and speak that over you. I'm telling you, there is a gut-brain connection, and we can turn those things on. I get my einkorn, Kathy, I get my einkorn from Young Living. They have the einkorn berries that I use in place of things like rice, and then they also have the flour. So when they're out of flour, I grind my own berries, but that's where I just grab them right from Young Living, because I know the source and I know that they're all good and they're clean. But getting yourself, stress will kill. Stress, I've said it pretty much in every class I've ever taught. Stress kills. It takes its toll on our heart. It takes its toll on our gut. It takes its toll on every single cell in your body. And knowing that, we have to do what we can to relax it and get that gone. We need to do all of the different things, get into that peaceful state. So if you look at your food and you look at the diet and you look at the things that you do and your stress and all those things, then, and you got to say, okay, well, I don't eat ancient grains, I still eat traditional grain. Then you're going to want to supplement. This is where I say puzzle pieces. What are the puzzle pieces that are missing so so your beautiful gut can talk to your beautiful brain, and your beautiful brain can turn on, and your beautiful brain can tell your gut in that beautiful cycle, so that toot 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 is happening instantaneously. These are the puzzle pieces. So one of my favorite when it comes to the gut is our cleansing trio. Our cleansing trio is three different products. Three products. It's like $110 for this particular kit. It's a 1 month supply of everything that you're going to need in the kit. And this one helps it helps your beautiful colon with different fibers, and it scours out and cleans out the gut itself. It goes through and it gets all the undigested proteins, all the undigested fats, and it cleans it out. It helps your body to absorb the nutrients better. It feeds the gut with psyllium and oat bran and flaxseed and fennel seeds, and it's a combination of those soluble and insoluble fibers we were talking about. It's a combo. It helps to decrease the buildup of waste and improve that nutrient absorption, so you're actually getting and drawing all the nutrients out of there. It helps to decrease all that buildup and all that garbage. And 1 gram of soluble fiber and 1 gram of insoluble fiber in each serving of the ICP. And it's a powder. You're just going to take a scoop of that, put it in water, shake it up, drink it down. It tastes, to me, it tastes a little bit like black licorice. It has anise essential oil in there, which we'll talk about a little bit more. It's a powerhouse. So ICP, that is the first product in the cleansing trio. The second one is our Comfortone, and Comfortone works in tandem with our ICP. It is a partner to it, and it helps to support overall digestion, and it eliminates that residue in the colon. It enhances your body's natural ability to function like it's supposed to. It has so many different ingredients that I wrote them down because I wanted to be able to read them to you. Let me find my page because I went really fast. So ready? In your Comfortone, so these are capsules. You're going to take 2 in the morning, 2 at night with your ICP, is Cascara sagarda, psyllium seed, bayberry bark, which is the berberine. You know, I talk about berberine all the time. It's already in our Comfortone. So if you're taking Comfortone, you're getting some of that berberine in there. It has burdock root, fennel seed, garlic already in there. We talked about that with the heart series we're doing. If you are not already in our group, we are in the middle of a heart series. And if you would like to be added to the heart series, just comment heart and I will get you added over there tonight. And we are just really digging deep into everything we can do for our beautiful heart. But garlic was one of those that we talked about. Echinacea, bentonite clay, diatomaceous earth. Friend, I have talked about every one of these products like in isolation. Each of these ingredients are amazing for your gut. They're, again, think food for your gut. Think food for those microbiome, for all that flora. That's what we are talking about in here. In addition to the diatomaceous earth, you've got ginger root. So this is not the oil, it is ginger root. Then we've got German chamomile extract. Remember that calming, that relaxing. Apple pectin. Think that the fibers that come from eating apples. So this is a food source. This is licorice root. It is cayenne. Yes, I am still reading the ingredients in our Comfortone. It is phenomenal. Then it has a huge oil blend of tarragon, ginger, tangerine, rosemary, anise oil, peppermint oil, ocotea oil, German chamomile, all in here. That is ICP, and now this was our Comfortone. It is a powerhouse. The third one in this trio, this trifecta that loves on your gut so well, is our essential zyme. This is a bi-layered, it's a multi-enzyme, and it's got a light side and a dark side. It's a tablet, and they are time release, so they break down at different times inside your gut, and I just want to break them down a little bit more for you. So the enzymes, let me see. I gotta find my notes on this thing. So essential zyme has tarragon, peppermint, anise, fennel, and clove essential oils, and it helps to support your pancreatic function. That is directly on our website. So this is one that's powerful for your overall digestion. The light side of it has pancreolipase, pancretin, and it's a combination of 3 different enzymes, which is lipase that breaks down fat, protease that breaks down proteins, and amylase that breaks down carbohydrates. So this is so important for you. These are breaking down your fats, your proteins, your sugars, all those carbs. It's breaking it down and digesting it for you. Then the other side, the dark color, actually has betaine, which naturally balances your normal stomach acid. So it keeps it nice and healthy like it's supposed to be. It's got bromelain. Think bromelain is like pineapple. That is the enzyme that you're going to get there. Then it has thyme leaf powder, which supports your healthy gut and all the microbiomes that you have in there, intestinal health. It's got carrot root powder in there, which is beta carotene, vitamin A, all the good things. It's got your alfalfa sprout and alfalfa leaves that are in there, powdered down, which supports healthy normal cholesterol. It is about balancing your healthy blood sugar, like they're great ones. Papain, which is a proteolytic enzyme that comes from papaya. So you got that in there. What else do we have in there? Cumin seed powder, which supports normal healthy weight, normal healthy blood sugar, healthy cholesterol, just keeping you strong and healthy. It's got the aniseed oil in there. We've talked about that. All three of these products, I don't know if you've noticed, overlay, and they have that anise essential oil in there, which is great for the occasional sour stomach or intestinal gases, or think bloating, occasional bloating, those things that come and go. It's a great one. Fennel seed, same exact family, the occasional gas, bloating, those types of things. So just good for your gut. Fennel you can get just as an essential oil on its own. Peppermint so loves your intestines. Peppermint loves your gut. It loves your, from your mouth to your anus. Peppermint TLC, it is that one. That those infrequent sour stomachs, peppermint is fantastic for that. And it comes in the enzyme. It's our essential zymes. And then you've got tarragon essential oil, which is great for digestion. Let's see, clove essential oil, again, loving, great, amazing for all of this. So Liz wants to know how long you have to take it for. You can, so Gary said that we should do it for 90 days when you first begin. So you're going to do those three products for 90 days. Boom, 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 boom. Because that really gets everything moving like it's supposed to. How he described moving, now y'all take this however you want, but his was you should poop in the morning. You should poop after breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It should not take a long time for you to poop. It should be fairly easy. It should not take a book to be able to get it out, or grunting and groaning. It should come out fairly easy, and it should be 3 to 4 times a day. So if you talk to the medical community, they typically say as long as you're going once a week, you're fine. All I know is that when I see a doggy that has to go potty and he goes outside and he poops, he'll be jumping around all happy and everything. And I know that movement, that healthy movement, who wants healthy movements, right? This is your cleansing trio. It's just kind of like the one. So if you want to add something else to that, or you want to do something all by itself, we have got an amazing product called Digest and Cleanse. This is one of our, it's a targeted solution. It's only oils that's in the capsule. That's all that you're going to find in there. And it's a blend of peppermint, caraway, lemon, fennel, anise oil again, and ginger. So peppermint, we talked about that. Amazing for the digestion. It balances all of your healthy, normal digestive juices. It keeps your gut feeling happy and healthy. I'll tell you one thing. It's also fantastic if you happen to have some motion sickness. You're in the car or you go on a ride or whatever. It's great. Again, calming to that occasional sour stomach. Caraway. It is, so you know, it is one of the ones that is really good for just keeping the gut happy and supported, and amazing for just cellular function in general. Great for the digestive support. Lemon essential oil, y'all know lemon is just amazing. Traditionally, it's been used to stimulate digestion for years and years. It's one of those that we all know that we need. It's one that we should do on the regular, but it's already in this particular capsule. Then you got fennel essential oil, again, amazing for you notice that fennel is in like every single, I think it's in every single product that we have that is for digestion. If I had to guess on it, I know it's in Digest, it's in Aroma Ease, it is in, let me think, it's in Dragon Time, it's in Juva Flax, it is in, it's in Detoxzyme, it's in Essential Zyme 4, it's in Essential Zyme. Like, that's a lot of stuff that our body, that is in there. It's in our ICP. Like, fennel is just that one. And it's another one that, again, you can grab by itself. Now, like our anise essential oil that is in here, that is not available as a single, but it is in every one of these ones for your digestion because it's so good for your gut. Your gut loves it. It helps eliminate the excess gas, that occasional gas that comes up, or you feel burpy, or, you know, the other end, but it's just really soothing. And then ginger essential oil ginger in general has been used for the gut and digestion for forever and ever, amen, right? It's one of those. So this is one where you could just take one capsule. You don't have to take 1,000 of them. Take one capsule. And then when you're talking about those puzzle pieces, make sure you are really, really working on your prebiotics and your probiotics. So prebiotics are going to be the fibers. So getting those in your body, the ones that we just mentioned all have that. But some of our probiotics that Young Living carries are things like our Life 9. Life 9, it is just one capsule, 2 capsules a day that you can take right before bed. We've got our daily prebiotic fiber. What I like about our daily prebiotic fiber, first of all, it tastes amazing. You just scoop that right into a glass, shake it up and drink it, throw it right into your NutriRed, but it is prebiotics and probiotics. So loving to your amazing gut. I'm not going to go deep on that one either. We've also got our Kids Mighty Pro. That is not just for kids. Everybody can use it. And then when it comes to feeding that beautiful brain of yours, so we're getting the gut functioning so that it can communicate with your brain. But there's some basic puzzle pieces we need to make sure. There's a horse outside my window pulling a golf cart. You gotta wonder what story just happened that the horse is pulling a golf cart. Anyway, talk about horsepower. But to feed your glorious brain, there's some suggestions I'm going to give you really quick. I'm only going to go deep in one product because I know I'm already starting to go over. But one is going to be Super B. Super B, Super B, Super B. When it comes to your brain and cognitive support and energy and focus and all the things, I truly believe that our number one supplement that we have for that is going to go NutriRed, Super B. Because Super B is that potent. Then we've got things like our Kids Sense Unwind. Again, not just for our children, but it's one that you can take before bed, but it's going to give you clarity and get this brain so you can remember things during the day. So for your kids, but also maybe you need that too. Our Ninja Nitro, y'all, you know I'm addicted to my Nitro. Literally on the box, it says cognitive function because so many things in there are helping spark and turn things on so that your beautiful, healthy brain can do what it's designed to do. We ask a lot of our brain. I want to give it some basic things. The next one I want to mention real quick is our MindWise. MindWise is a powerhouse that we just don't talk about enough. It is literally food for your brain. It is high in those good omega-3s. It's got our fats that are in there actually come from the Sancha Ichi nut. I always pronounce it wrong, but it is this nut from the Amazon that it is pressed down, cold pressed. We're getting all these amazing good fats in there. We've got a healthy dose of vitamin D3 in there. It's got your CoQ10 in there. It's got this memory blend called Alcar and GPC. What else is in it? Let me look real quick. It has your turmeric in there. It has CoQ10 in there. It has your medium chain triglycerides. This is food for the brain, just to feed all those little things. Just like I said, for your gut, we got to feed those so that they can communicate. So all those neurotransmitters can do what they were designed to do so that my hunger signals can kick in when they're supposed to, because everything is clicking. That's what we're going for. And then some oils that just I want to mention really quick, because I know I already went over, is brain power, y'all. I still, every single time I teach, have to grab my brain power. And it's in the name. I'm just saying, how about our Genius, our Kids Sense Genius? Again, it's not just for the kids. Our oils do not know whether you're an adult or a child. Grab your Genius, use your Genius, use it with your brain power, use it by itself, use it all the time, on your head, on your temples, breathe it in, have it diffusing. During homework time, it needs to be on. Clarity. You guys know I am like the clarity queen. I love my clarity. It's in the name. Again, brain power, Genius, clarity. It's all in there. And then frankincense. It's just one of the ones that helps that calming so I can do the things. My cedar wood. Y'all, I will stand strong on cedar wood. It's so good at quieting my mind so I can focus on the things. It's just one of the ones. Anyways, I am really sorry. I promise you I really am trying to make these shorter. So I hope you got a little bit out of it. If you have any questions, post them. If I missed them, I will find those questions and I will answer your questions. We will be on next Monday. It's going to be all about the immune system and getting a strong, healthy immune system and keeping a strong, healthy immune system and what we can do. And then Thursdays, I do business. This Thursday is going to be how you do a home experience. What are the fun things that you can do? How can you invite people? How can you make sure that the people you invite actually decide to get started and tell somebody else? Duplicate it so that they'll have a party too. All right, you guys, we will chat later. God bless. I will work on my timing.